It's possible. Logic is a pretty common tag. Let's see. I don't know who's playing right now. I'm not familiar with the face. It seems like Black Twins knows who he is, so he's probably from our region. Waiting to see what the tag says, so before I say anything. Who does Logic play now?
He plays Olimar.
Still plays Olimar?
I think he still plays Olimar, yeah.
I think Olimar is extremely underrated. That character is pretty good. Like, I don't think it really has any horrible matchups. Surprisingly, Yoshi does well against Olimar, but that's one of like, oh, I'm facing Yoshi. They're not that common. But I think just Olimar's a strong character. Very unexplored. I love to see what he's going to bring to this match.
The way that Densey put it to me was Olimar is solid, but he doesn't have as much technicality to it as it did in Brawl, for instance.
Yeah, like he was crazy in Brawl. He had super armor on the whistle. He was just basically the way you played Olimar in Brawl is you smash your C-stick. That's all you did. It's hit the C-stick in every direction and you win. Now it's like I can't really do that because you only have 3 Pikmin. So you throw away if you smash your C-stick 3 times in a row, you're not gonna have a Pikmin for the 4th C-stick smash. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. And now that there's a pattern on the way you pull it, you can't rely on RNG to get like triple purple Pikmin. You have to really manage your Pikmin. So things you have to be aware of when you play that character.
Definitely a lot to think about. And even though some of the some of the technical aspects of it aren't really as prevalent in this game, there's still like a lot of depth to the character, I feel.
Yeah. I do think this is actually a pretty good matchup for Dark Pit. He can always just electroshock the Pikmin that he throws at Olimar will throw Pikmin in the neutral because it's 3%. Like, why wouldn't you throw the Pikmin? So he could just throw an electroshock and reflect them back at Olimar. And that move has super armor on it too. So as long as he spaces it properly, I think it's going to be a great tool in this match. So also destroying the hitboxes.
Honestly, looking at how Logic is going to weave around that.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I want to see how this match plays out.
That's a big factor for me whenever I'm looking at this.
So KRL, I do recognize the take now. I just don't recognize the face. And why are they striking? You know they're going to... Oh, they're actually going to start Battlefield? Oh, I'm so used to starting Smashville. That's all I say people. I want to start Smashville. That's all I say.
I just like Battlefield, man. I think this is probably like my favorite stage in the entire game.
Yeah, it's great. Actually, Smashville is my favorite.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah, the music's always good.
That background?
I always like to think what happened in background.
I think it's like all the previous Battlefields.
Right now, Logic with a pretty good lead, 41%. Only has 2 Pikmin out. I think he's looking for a 3rd one. Has the purple. I think that's, look at that, throwing the white. Look how much damage the white Pikmin does. It is crazy. I think KRL needs to start with some nairs when they're on him because it's not a bad option. Needs to get them off.
Yeah, you need something quick, multi-hitting just to get some of those Pikmin off of you. Wow.
Wow, that was such a weird transaction. That's supposed to super armor through things. Unfortunate SD.
And I haven't seen that reflect that you were touching on.
He only threw it out once this whole set and it didn't work out for him. Down throw to forward air, bread and butter.
Logic going ahead, setting up some of the walls. I like it. Like he's mixing things up a lot very nicely. Like there will be moments where he goes in with something like a falling neutral air, and afterwards he'll just, instead of like trying to overextend and overstay his welcome, he'll take some time, take some breathing room, take some space, and just put on percentage from afar. And that constant mix-up of hot and cold is making it so tough for KRL to really adapt.
But KRL is actually bringing this back. He's giving Logic a hard time to go out to stage. Right now, Logic has no Pikmin, so if KRL shouldn't have went for a smash attack, should have went for like a neutral air or an up air to try to keep him from getting the time to pull any of his Pikmin out, because Pikmin is the game of Olimar.
Now some of those Pikmin are up. Logic having to recover and slams KRL straight to the bottom blast zone.
Great awareness. KRL's like, I'm going to sage spike you. No. He's like, you're going to re-grab the legend. I'm going to spike you. Great showing from Logic. They look like they're laughing at having a good time.
They're laughing at Alf, man. Players screaming, why does he look like that? If there's something that went horribly wrong.
I love when you pick Elf too, because it doesn't say Olimar, it says Elf. I like how they put skins in this game that are just not like recolors, but a whole chain. He does have a Diddy. I'm not too sure why he would switch Diddy. His Olimar seemed like it did fine.
You know, I don't know if I've really seen his Diddy Kong before. I don't tune in too often to the Tuesday streams.
Yeah, I've seen it played out. I've more often seen his Olimar than his Diddy, but I'm sure his Diddy's fine. Diddy has, if you know how to play Diddy, you know how to play Diddy. He's such a strong character. Look at that, monkey flip banana into grab. Already a clean 33%.
And Diddy Kong just strikes me as that kind of character who has a tool for almost every single situation.
Yeah, ever since they increased like the shield stun, Diddy Kong has become such a better character. When they nerfed him, he was like falling down a bit, but then they increased the shield stun has just made him so strong.
Look in particular off of those peels, what Logic can do. He's so used to playing projectile-oriented characters like Olimar that I'm sure that his projectile game is going to be really, really good.
Pops the balloon with the banana.
Yeah, that wasn't what he was looking to have happen, and KRL actually gets an opening from it.
Well, yeah, Chief, you pop the balloon, it resets your scaling on moves, if you didn't know that. So maybe the banana was...
He's thinking the long game. The long game.
Right now we have a pretty even game. There's no fall, but that good awareness, not the air dodge. If he air dodge, that would have been a stock.
Back throw. Gonna give him time to pull the peel out. And looking at that peel to be the thing that's gonna end this stock, really. Knockdown from that into something like an up smash. That'll take the stock, but the up smash instead coming out from KRL. He's got some fight in him. I like it. And he's got the peel as well.
Mario up smash is such a great tool. It has invincibility on the top. It kills really early and is extremely fast. And if you space it on shield properly, they can't punish it. Right now, Logic just trying to get this kill. If KRL can just get some good percent, gets a grab into like 40%, this stock would be worth it. You can't just go out without doing anything. Yeah. Logic going to be looking for this confirmed down tilt into up smash. It is true combo.
A quick 20. We'll take it.
Good DI. The second he gets hit by it, just DI's away from it.
Back throw.
Not close enough to the ledge. Maybe a few pummels and you would have got it. I think a lot of players don't do that. They don't pummel when they're at such a high percent. The chances of them getting out is so low for how high percent they're at. Wow, almost frame traps him into air dodging into the forward smash.
That was ridiculous. And then he had so much time afterwards just to get the down smash even after the whiff. Logic finally taking the stock, but I mean, he ate 58%, and you mentioned that all he needed was 40 to really do his work.
Because he's now at the percent where Mario's like down throw to up air is true, and it, well, if he does it on like the Smashville platform, it can kill off the top.
Oh, slam into the up smash.
KRL showing this. You should have stayed Olimar. Your Diddy is not up for my Mario. Wow, KRL really showing some good prowess.
Why didn't he play this character for the first game?
I don't know, maybe, you know when you have like your main, but sometimes your pocket character is better, but you don't realize it until you face someone that's good?
Well, this is a sign, if there ever was a sign, really. Logic in a world of trouble here. But he's down, not quite out yet. We're seeing him putting out some nice damage, but again, KRL just so formidable with these forward airs.
Logic needs to be wary about staying so close to the ledge, because if he just run bys and then does it, almost seals it out really easily. Rolls. Good showing from KRL.
And a bit of a pop-up, actually. He's right now staying as the hometown hero.
Definitely. You always got to cheer for... I can't show bias because I'm doing commentary, but you always got to cheer for your local players. Got to send back the Americans back home. You know, MDVA is not that far from Toronto.
For Logic, he actually drove here. Said it was an 8-hour drive with him and his girlfriend.
That's not bad. I always wanted to drive out to a VGBC event.
Can I tell you something that's insane?
Yeah.
His 8-hour drive that he took to get to a different country, if I drove 8 hours, I'd still be in Texas.
Texas is that large, huh?
Texas is huge, man. Because I'd be going from Dallas to, say, like El Paso.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even make it there. Wouldn't even make it there.
It's pretty similar to Ontario. If you're like doing like a road trip and you're starting from where we are and you're going like to the West Coast, a day of your road trip is just leaving Ontario. It is huge. But the second you get out of Ontario, it's just the prairies. So it's just flat. It's just flat. That's the whole ride there. There's no hills. It's just fields.
Is it pretty?
Not really.
Or is it boring?
It's boring. It's just fields of like...
So it's pretty boring.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
It's pretty boring. Back to Smashville. Keeping Mario. I think he was happy with his Mario. Logic realizing, you know what? I need to pull up my main. I can't do protecting my silly Diddy things.
And while Mario does have that cape maybe to deal with some of the Pikmin, we have to keep in mind that he's a pretty stubby character. He needs to get in. And if there's anything that Logic can do very well, it's just consistently walling out his opponents.
Yeah, and Mario usually will like space back airs on, because it saves back air spacing on shield. Can't really do much about it. But with Pikmin, it's going to be really hard for him to just weave in and out because he can just always just throw them at him and get that percent.
KRL knows he's not going to get that many chances to get in, and he really is making the most of this opening.
But he's not at too much of a deficit. He almost catches him throwing it. You got to watch out for Mario's up smash. Should have waited. Oh, beautiful.
And that was absolutely massive. The spacing there was perfect. The forward smash giving KRL the stock advantage. But still, such a high percent. Logic just needs one really good hit to close this first stock out.
I haven't seen KRL doing it a lot, but Mario can actually down air your shield, drift away, and then fade out with a forward smash. Because everyone always tries to punish it.
You know, he's gone for so many down smashes whenever KRL breaks the zone. I'm looking for this grab next, honestly. The grab's going to come from KRL instead. He's not going to get a whole lot of damage. It's like a sweet 16. And the grab does finally come from Logic. So tied up stock-wise.
Didn't take too much percent, only 16. So we got a pretty even game right now. Dash Attack getting the Pikmin off of the white Pikmin too. That was a lot of damage. He left it on for too long.
This is what I love to see from Logic, just constantly swatting away at KRL, forcing him into this corner.
Walling him out. Oh, throws out the red Pikmin, actually eats the fireball because they have the elemental advantage.
The more you know.
Wow, he kills the purple Pikmin with the coins. Getting a little bit zealous with that forward smash.
This game is actually kind of close. I mean, it's just 18%. Well, just kidding, it's actually 28%.
And Logic off stage. Almar does have a good recovery, but a linear recovery.
This crowd wants it, but Logic is so intent.
Logic,
knocking KRL out here.
He can't overcommit. He's just going to try to run away, throw a Pikmin. See how he's just dashing back and forth, waiting for him to commit.
And that was the commitment he needed. Logic taking it 2-1 over KRL.
Good
just really intelligent decision making, especially on that final stock. He did such a good job of limiting KRL's chances of getting in.
I would like to see how the set would have went if he went Mario the whole set, because his Mario was doing a lot of work.